Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something I was so excited about. I haven't been this excited about a makeup release except for one that's coming out tomorrow that hopefully I can grab. Stay tuned, subscribe, so that you'll know what that upcoming collab is. But this is the Colourpop and Bambi collaboration. So stay tuned to see what I got. All right, guys. So how the collection works is there was everything. There was Bambi, there was Thumper, and you could get all of the smaller palettes, all of the lippies, everything all in one big set for like $115. That's what I was going for, but that baby sold out. So I opted to get the one that I liked the most, which was the Bambi set. So with the Bambi set comes this little baby here. This is a pressed powder palette. For those of you who do not know what Colourpop is, they do a lot of collaborations with Disney. Not to mention, they're pretty pigmented to be reasonably priced. So you've heard me say before in like drugstore videos in regards to eyeshadows that I've purchased cheaper palettes with more payoff. I'm referring to companies such as like Colourpop. Now, this is a teeny tiny baby palette because again, they have palettes specific to each character. So this is the Bambi palette and it's just made up of golds and browns. It's more of a neutral palette. The reason why I selected this one is because I knew that it was gonna be petite, it was gonna be small, and if I'm ever traveling, I would opt to take a palette like this. That's small, sleek, and I know I can do multiple looks with smoky, natural, whatever. It has a transition color. It basically has everything I need plus a little mirror. So that's why I particularly got this, that, and I love Bambi. Okay, next is the Creme gel pencil in the color Meadow. And this is the color. It's Meadow. It's supposed to be like a whitish green. And for the lippy, I got the Bambi Lippy, and it does not have a color name. Now this collab wasn't very colorful. It was more so like springy vibes, but this lippy is everything. Oh my gosh, it smells like creamsicles, some type of creamsicles. And what I was most excited about, when you think Bambi, when you think Disney, what do you think? It's the eyelashes. These are the Bambi eyelashes. I said, you know what? I don't know why I didn't buy a whole bunch of pairs of these. Like, when am I not gonna want Bambi eyelashes? Like, in what scenario am I not gonna want that? Epic fail on my part. All right, so let's get in and try this, see what it's like, see how it all comes together. I'm gonna be doing my base off camera because you guys don't care about that. But just for reference, I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty, the hydrating primer, the hydrating foundation. And then for primer, what I feel like using today. I don't know why I'm playing. I know I'm gonna use that Lancome. I love that Lancome. So we're gonna use the Lancome La Base Primer. We're gonna use that bad boy till it runs out, then we buying the big one. So we'll be back.
Bruh.
All right, guys. So we're back with one eye done, just for the sake of time to keep this going. And we used every single color in this palette. So to show you what I did, I went in with this medium brown color called Kinda Bashful. It's that one right there. So I went in with that kind of right in my crease with the fluffy blending brush, just to give my eye a little color and the base of a transition. I did not bring it down to my eyelid, and I made sure I blew off any excess. It's really pigmented, so it gave me exactly what I needed, which was like a nice light brown color to go in that area. Okay, with that same blending brush, I went into this far color down here, this really dark brown, and it's called White Fall. Now it is, it appears to be a matte brown, but it does have a little bit of like green flicker in it. I don't know if you can see, but it has the slightest amount of green flicker. So I take that and I kind of go on the outside of the crease and the outside of the eye in a sweeping motion, just to darken up that little part there. And again, it's very pigmented, so you don't need a lot. You don't need to dip in. It will almost start to look black if you do a little bit too much. So that's just to deepen in that corner there. Okay. And then the next color that I went in with was Prince. It's like a brown color here. This is more of like a rust color. So I went in with a thick angled brush and I put it over the transition line. So right over the transition line, just to brighten up some of the darkness. With this really light pale color here, it's like a pale beigey tan. It's called Little April Flowers. So I'm going to take just a smidgen of that and put it right under my eyebrow. Go ahead, go back, grab that fluffy brush and just make sure that's blended. Right, and then this gold color called Faline. It's almost like a trophy wife gold. Just gonna go in with that and put that across my lid. First patting the color. And then really making sure it's on. So just to make sure I'm getting the full color payoff, I'm going back in with my finger. Then with the fluffy brush, you want to go back into that second to last brown, not quite the darkest, and just make sure that the line between the gold and the brown are melted in. Be careful not to touch too much on the outer corner of that really dark brown, otherwise you'll end up with a smoky eye. So while the camera was off, I kind of looked in to see exactly what this was, and it is more like it's an eye pencil, but it's also made for you to draw designs, like if you wanted to draw a star or a heart. That's why this one is almost like a whitish green. I'm actually going to use it to go under my eyes to kind of bring out this gold. All right, and it just kind of opens up the eyes. Fallout was not too bad for the eyeshadow, honestly. I did leave my setting powder, which was the Fenty Beauty in Honey. I did leave that under my eye though, while I did the eye makeup. All right, let's go for these lashes. Ooh, they're just so cute. It does not look like I will need to cut them. They look pretty petite. The band on these is pretty thick. So I'm gonna do like an excessive amount of sitting here with the glue until it's absolutely almost completely dry and then put it on. Otherwise, it's just gonna give me a hard time. I can tell by how thick the band is. All right, guys, so eyelashes are on. Like I predicted, the band is really thick, so just make sure when you put the glue on it, you sit the lashes down, go party, make you something to eat, you know, answer a couple of DMs, come back, the glue will be tacky, put them on, like legit. That's how we're doing that. So like I said, I really like, that's not it, this pencil. I used it to go under my eye. Just kind of gives like this whole doughy Bambi look, which is kind of what we're going for. Now, I do have to admit, for my highlight, I went ahead and I used the gold color in this palette. This set does come with a highlight, but when I looked online, that highlight was ashy, okay? On every skin tone it showed, it was ashy, okay? So there was no discriminating. Everybody was ashy. You could be ashy, she could be ashy, white people can be ashy, Hispanic can be ashy, everybody was ashy. Only thing cute about it was the packaging. And I said, no, we won't be doing that. We won't. So I didn't. All right, so now let's go ahead and move forward with the lippy. I almost kind of want to try it by itself, but nah. Let's go ahead and use a liner. All right. Okay, good thing we didn't put it by itself because it's very glittery, almost white. Well, that is the look. That is the Bambi and Colourpop collaboration. Make sure you guys check it out. It literally just dropped. And so there's about 3 or 4 different palettes like this that you can choose from. And then of course there is the highlight, which is like a big oomph ball, but it's not a really super bright collection. Of course, Bambi is in the forest. There's lots of greens and golds and browns. So that's kind of where this collection is headed. I think this looks very Bambi deerish, and I'm here for it. And I love it. You can also get these in various colors. They come in like a rust color or like a brown color. You could even do like little spots on your face if you were doing like cosplay for like Bambi or something like that. But you can legit draw on your face with these pencils, or use it like I did to kind of give you the wide-eyed look that Bambi has. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's Bambi right there. You know, just kind of big-eyed, long lashes. That's kind of like the look. Definitely check out this collection. If you have never tried Colourpop, make sure you check them out because they really do have good quality products. From my understanding, they are made in the same factory as Kylie Cosmetics. So there has been talk that they're the same quality. I don't know how true that is. I've never tried Kylie Cosmetics, but yeah. So I'm gonna stop rambling. You guys see the face. I will try to link everything down below, and just make sure and comment down below. Tell me, am I giving you Bambi tea? All right, that's all I have for you. Love you, mean it.